And now let us look at why India's suspension of 65-year-old Indus Waters Treaty is significant. Pakistan relies on the Indus River and its tributaries, Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, for approximately 80% of its irrigated agriculture. Water from Indus contributes 21% to Pakistan's GDP and supports 45% of its workforce. The suspension could halt the flow of 39 billion cubic meters of water annually from India to Pakistan, threatening water availability for irrigation. The Indus Basin is critical to Pakistan's economy, with agriculture and related industries forming a significant part of its GDP. A disruption in water supply could lead to a sharp economic downturn for Pakistan, with ripple effects on trade, employment and food prices. Water scarcity could disrupt agro-based industries which rely on agricultural inputs, potentially reducing exports and worsening Pakistan's balance of payments. Pakistan may seek intervention from global bodies like the United Nations or the World Bank to challenge India's unilateral suspension. However, the success of such efforts is uncertain given India's strategic influence and the treaty's provisions allowing suspension under specific conditions. And for more on the story, we have Akshay Dongre joining us from New Delhi. Akshay, following the terrorist attack, India has put the Indus Water Treaty on hold. In what way will this actually affect Pakistan?
Well, some of the ways that you have been talking about, Tanvi, that about 80% of the agro-based economy in Pakistan depends on the waters from the Indus River and its own tributaries. So, when the Indus Water Treaty was signed in 1960, both the parties had come to a conclusion and agreement that the water will be shared in a ratioed manner. So, about 80% was allocated to Pakistan, and about 20% India had accepted of the Indus Water Treaty and has even been gracefully giving more water than it was even allocated to Pakistan, which has kept the agro-based economy in Pakistan alive for decades now. The Indus Water Treaty has survived several wars between the two countries, in fact 4 wars and several cross-border infiltration, terror attacks, but now the government has said that enough is enough and has finally put the treaty in abeyance, which means a temporary suspension until the time Pakistan irrevocably doesn't act against the terror camps, the terror infrastructure, and doesn't dismantle it for the entire world to see. The government of India will not be adhering to the Indus Water Treaty as far as water sharing is concerned. Now, it can actually be devastating for the entire economy of Pakistan. It's not just the agro-based economy. If you look at the overall employment in Pakistan, 34% of it depends on the Indus Water Treaty and the water coming in, which is mostly the agriculture-based employment that is generated in Pakistan is dependent on the waters of the Indus River. By putting it on abeyance, India has directly taken a strong step against Pakistan and its policies of cross-border infiltration and terrorism, and has given a solid response to the country. So clearly, the abeyance of Indus Water Treaty is going to be devastating for the economy and the country in not only the longer term but in short term as well.
Okay, in retaliation for the terror strike, India has also shut the Atari-Wagah border. What does this mean for people-to-people contact and economic and trade relations between the two countries?
Well, it was a symbol of hope that things will someday improve. India has been tolerating Pakistan's, the country that had become a breeding ground for terrorism, the kind of attacks that have been happening, constant support by the intelligence agencies of Pakistan, such as ISI, the Pakistan military, the government, to terrorists who are not only getting training inside a Pakistani territory, but also the terror camps that have been set up in the Pakistan occupied Kashmir region. So all of that, despite all of that, the Wagah-Atari border remained as a hope that someday situation will improve. Trade also goes through that particular checkpost, but now after this particular attack, India has also closed the Atari-Wagah border, this response is befitting to the kind of terror attack that has taken place in Pahalgam.
Okay, Akshay, request you to stay with us. Let me now go over to Vishal Barrister joining us from Srinagar. Vishal, can you perhaps give us some details about the search operations being conducted by the security forces to locate the terrorists that perpetrated this dastardly attack?
Well, Tanvi, the search operations are on. The investigating agencies are on the job. It's a joint operation and it would take some time because 26 people have been killed and 3 encounters are on. 3 infiltration attempts have been encountered by our defense forces. Right now I am here at the Dal Lake, and as you can see there's a protest going on. The shikaras, which are also the boats of Dal Lake, quite famous all across the world, they are holding a protest and they are holding banners united against terror. So this is the voice in Srinagar. They are trying to somehow maintain peace and tranquility, which was lost because of the Pahalgam attack, and people of the valley, they are coming in out in all support of the tourists. I would ask my cameraman to show you. This is the Dal Lake, and there you can see the tourists. They are enjoying the boat ride here despite of the dastardly act. And there you see the shikaras, the boat owners, they are holding placards in their hands and they are saying united against terror. So let's talk to the local people here and find out what is this protest all about.
देखिए ये आर्यंस ग्रुप ऑफ कॉलेजेस चंडीगढ़ के स्टूडेंट्स हैं. हमारे पास 2000 जम्मू कश्मीर के स्टूडेंट हैं. ये जम्मू कश्मीर के बच्चों ने
प्लीज स्पीक इन इंग्लिश.
या we have more than 2000 students in Aryans group of colleges, and these students are protesting against this terror attack, and they are conveying their message through 27 shikaras. We have lost 27 citizens, and they are conveying their message to 27 shikara boats.
So there you hear, Tanvi, the protest is on all across the valley. People of Kashmir, they are also shocked because of this attack, and they know how this has drastically changed the picture here, but the spirit continues, and there you see Dal Lake is still full of life, and we are sending a message. We means the people of Kashmir, they are trying to send a message that they are united against terror, but at the same time the life continues and limping back to normalcy. Tourists are enjoying their boat ride. Yes, the investigating agencies are doing their work. It's a very tough topography there. Thousands of squares of kilometers is the forest. 3 infiltration attempts have been foiled by our security agencies. But as far as the light of the day is concerned, after the sketches were released, we still have to wait after an official statement is released by the investigating agencies. Tanvi.
Yeah, it's a little bit heartening to see that life is limping back to normalcy at the Dal Lake. Thank you, Vishal. I request you to stay with us. Let me go back to Akshay. Akshay, Pakistan has denied its involvement in the terrorist attack, but the attack was carried out by the Resistance Front, which is a shadow group of the LET, which is built on Pakistan's state support. So can Pakistan's denial really be believed?
Well, I don't know how to respond to that question, Tanvi. Obviously, Pakistan is involved. Obviously, Pakistan's army chief has given such a statement where he has taken up communal tensions, not only instigating these kind of terror modules to attack people based on their religion. So, it's not even a question that whether Pakistan is involved or not. Pakistan has been knee-deep in all sort of terror activities, not just against India, but against Afghanistan, against Iran. We have seen the kind of operations that not only India has carried out inside the territory of Pakistan, but other countries as well. Osama bin Laden was found in Pakistan. So it's not a country that can talk at all about being innocent as far as terror-related cases are concerned. Pakistan has terror modules operating in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. It has terror camps operating 24/7. ISI is directly involved in supplying and arming the terrorists, even training them. Pakistan Army has been providing cover support whenever cross-border infiltration happens. Ceasefire has been violated. So Pakistan is absolutely involved. Any kind of statement or any kind of speech is not going to make any difference as far as the world's belief that Pakistan is a country that sponsors terrorism, that supports terrorism and funds it as well.
Okay, Vishal, in your view, is this terrorist outrage which you are seeing in Srinagar overall going to affect tourism in the valley, or the way you are seeing it at Dal Lake? What's your view? Is it going to improve in the days ahead?
Well, absolutely. I wouldn't say that it won't affect the tourism sector here, because this is the peak season, and the people from all across the country and abroad also, they would like to visit here, and we have had a very good footfall here. But because of this terror attack, there have been rescheduling of the flights. Though life limps back to normal, today the band has been taken off. Yesterday it was a complete band, which is a strike. No business was transacted yesterday. Even the food restaurants were closed in protest against the killings in Pahalgam. But today the boat rides are on. People who are here, who still have some time, or who still do not have a way out of the valley, they are spending their good time here. The locals have come out in all support of the tourists. They are offering them budget tariff. They are offering them free rides to the airport, and they are trying all their very best to somehow maintain the momentum which was lost because of the Pahalgam killing. Tanvi?
Okay, thank you very much, Vishal Barristow and Akshay Dongre, for tracking this story from us. The whole nation is in agony and pain.